Hey folks, welcome back to Brown. I presume that most of you have already gotten the updated release. I'm sure you're having fun with it. Well, regardless, I'm going to continue with this because I just can't leave anything incomplete. Leaving off from where we were in the middle of Cycling Road. And taking on Pokemon that are honestly far too weak for us. Should have gone here earlier, whatever. You guys know for the future. There's your cue ball. So unfortunately, it's not really a thrilling segment to come back to after a week hiatus. But regardless, I'm gonna have fun with that. I don't know about you guys. Here's some Voltorbs. I could Earthquake them, which would be super effective, but they're fragile enough, I think Slash ought to do it. Especially with the high critical hit ratio. Be nice if he had an Electrode, but no such luck. It'd be more experience, and not all that much harder, honestly. And sooner or later, we're going to get onto a non-slope till. Uh-oh. Call me boy. That's discriminatory. Plus he's fat. Therefore I'm feeling rather high and mighty because I know I am a better person than him. Honestly, I never understood, one, why someone would create a class of trainers known as the cue balls. Or two, why cue balls are somehow on the cycling road without a bike. Or three, why they would allow themselves to get that fat. Ooh, a Weavile. That's something a little more interesting. Unfortunately, I don't think it's gonna be too much of a threat. You know, I remember the days when Weavile was OU material and everyone was like, oh my god, Weavile is awesome. I remember when Electivire was like that as well. Heck, I remember when Blissey was like that. Things changed so much. Now here's a Machoke. Let's see if a Slash will KO this thing. Oh, not even close. But it's an idiot. Actually, that would be a somewhat decent strategy if it wasn't such a big level difference. Nice. And another Machoke. Gemini, why don't you go ahead and try? Actually, yeah, Gemini should get out in front. You're a couple levels behind. So this may seem kind of monotonous to some of you, and it sort of is. It's levels primarily for training. But what's at the end is most certainly worth the wait. Yep. Oh, there's a monk. Maybe I should have kept Shaft in. Yeah, Gemini ought to be able to do this anyway. Yeah, 2KO, that'll do. And I don't know what's up with Disable in the first generation. It just disables or move at random, I guess. I guess it's sort of better in a way, but it's also sort of worse in a way. And Caesar, yeah, you're even more behind. And I really like that Weezing spread. I don't know if I've mentioned that before, but I really like it. Such a jerk. It's been too long since I played this. I don't remember how sound does against poison. Okay, neutral. And go bad. That's Jeff Schneider. Too bad he doesn't have a Crobat. That would be interesting. And Thunderbolt would do slightly more, but I want to see Psychic. Nice. So cool looking. Let's check if I have some antidotes. Full heals, that'll do. Now heading up top. Giant boulders in the way. Not sure. Let's see if there's anything interesting. That was a Pikachu. That was another Pikachu. And that was a Fearow. I guess 3's enough. Unless I run it. Ooh, yay! We're off the hill. Yay! It's not like Johto I've ever seen. And I don't really understand that. Maybe it was too quick. Go back and see what he said. There's Ariados. Gemini, perfect matchup. Nice. There's Gligar, that's Schneider's. I love having a big team with good type coverage, just because I can do this. I can go around to different members to see what fits best. It's something that I kind of really lost contact with when I was doing solo runs. Sure, why not? I got more Thunderbolts, so let's go for that. That's a cool MURKROW, I guess. And the coloration is like spot on. And there's a MAROWAK. Sure, Ice Beam it. And huge contrast from the MURKROW. Really kind of honestly crappy sprite with dull coloration. So we got a couple more trainers around. Yeah, a couple minutes ago, maybe? I don't know. I was in Region a couple minutes ago. And I'm running in. I guess I can go for this. Probably not a good matchup, but it's fragile enough. No, it's not. Shaft and Electrode are like two of the fastest Pokemon in existence. Aerodactyl's up there too, but it's kind of funny to see them pitted against each other. So what else we got? Not sure what's up with these one Pokemon trainers, but it does save some time for me. And that's that. It's like we got 4 more. Oh god, Ditto. I don't want to have to deal with Ditto. Ditto are irritating. Yeah, I wanted to keep Gemini in, because as cool as a mirror match would be, Gemini just does a lot better here. Two more. I want a lot of things. I want the world at my doorstep. I want a piggy bank that doesn't suck. And I want an S-video cable for my birthday. And that was not a good matchup, I was not thinking. Yeah, definitely not thinking. Of course. Just a moment's change, just... change. What? Why would I use that? A moment's confusion. A moment's not thinking right. A moment's screw up. I don't know. And, yeah, let's truck on through with Schneider. I'm fine with that. And there's our last trainer. You know, these bikers are really kind of sensitive. They don't want me to hide. They don't want me to look at them. They're just kind of really sensitive people. Although this guy's a fat ass, so I suppose stands to reason he wouldn't want to be looked at. I watched the voting off part of The Biggest Loser the other day while I was on vacation because we didn't have anything better to do. God damn, those people are fat. There's a Monly. And Chan? Rapidash. That's kind of unexpected. But I really like that Rapidash sprite. Yellow, I think. And that takes care of that. Alright, that takes care of Cycling Road. I will see you guys next time for Azalea Town.